As of this recording, it's August 2024, the birth month of Five Nights at Freddy's, because Freddy's a little stupid bastard that needs an entire month dedicated to him. We had an official week dedicated to FNAF that included fun activities like Pop Goes Arcade, an interview, 5 laps at Freddy's, and for the occasion, I just want to throw my Freddy-shaped hat into the ring and talk about something Five Nights at Freddy's related I truly love. Other than that video I already uploaded this month.
We don't talk about that.
I want to talk about something I'm really familiar with, and that's the community of Five Nights at Freddy's. The horrible, horrible community. But more specifically, the best thing that ever came out of it. FNAF the musical. The greatest video ever uploaded to the internet. I covered it in my 2 original fan song videos in the FNAF fandom video, but Jesus, that was like a year ago already, and I really only scratched the surface. Trust me, I have much more to say about this masterpiece. If only I could think the people responsible for this.
I think it's time for Garden Bam Bam the musical. Like, it's
really?
time.
Now?
Absolutely. Adriana could play the Bluebird.
Okay, only if we give her a rap.
It's gonna be
yeah, absolutely.
Oh shoot, it's the guy who made Hello Neighbor the musical.
Hey there, neighbor. Can I come inside?
Random Encounters is a channel that uploads musicals, or basically music videos, based on video games. And BronyCon that one time.
I'm straight, but my family thinks I'm gay.
Started by AJ Pinkerton and Peter Last Name in 2011, it's currently ran by AJ Pinkerton and his wife Gwen. These 2 people. Look, I'm gonna ask them a question about Pizza Tower the musical.
What? Where'd you get all that pizza?
What?
It's also ran by Nate Morse, my favorite human ever made.
What is the goal of this stupid game? To get molested and keep falling in holes?
They used to make a lot of musicals specifically about Nintendo stuff and Sega stuff, but videos about indie games just do really well, so that's their most popular work.
Neighbor.
Which makes me a little sad, because Sonic the Musical movie trailer is one of the best videos ever made, and you should click off and go watch that instead. With Five Nights at Freddy's being as big as it is, you know they were gonna give it the musical treatment, and luckily they were the most qualified to do it. Any other attempt has been futile. You see, Random Encounters knew people. They already had a lot of friends that would appear in videos, like a guy named David King. I really like this guy. I really like it when he plays Waluigi and Professor Oak.
This musical is not very good.
They already made videos with Markiplier before any Freddy's were in the question. He was in this Captain Falcon video, and apparently it was either going to be Markiplier or Aaron from Game Grumps. Thank God we live in this universe. They also collaborated with Nate Wants to Battle, a guy who used to make songs like this.
I see you training around town with a girl I love, and I'm like, muck you.
He's the coolest guy ever made. Nate was in one of their Pokemon musicals in a video called Street Pass Love, a 3DS song. This is somehow the most unnecessary song and the most important thing ever made.
I've been here since Monday, and it's Thursday afternoon.
Oh my God, is that beard mode unlocked? And finally, they made a song with Matt Pat of Game Theory fame and Markiplier. And the completionist again. What the hell? That leads us to now. And by now, I mean the best day of my life.
No one's there.
Someone's there.
FNAF the musical starts with Markiplier starting his first night shift at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The stars had to align for Markiplier to star in this thing. Like, this came out exactly at the height of FNAF's popularity, and Markiplier was the king of FNAF. All I'm saying is that things would not be the same if Ego Raptor decided to play Captain Falcon in that one video. There will never, ever be something like this musical again. Markiplier's like 63 now. He's too old to do it again. This first song isn't my favorite work from Random Encounters, but I can't deny it's utterly iconic, and I find it working into my head way more than it should. It's also just a really good introduction to most of the characters. You got David King with the iconic, "Hi, I'm Phone Guy, pleasure to meet." David also plays Foxy, who just mumbles. I love Foxy in these videos because this is all he does. Freddy Fazbear is played by Xander Mobus. I already pointed this out, but Xander is also the Smash announcer and Joker from Persona 5. He's even there on set to like puppeteer Freddy sometimes.
Everybody, come on!
We're gonna kill this
No. Does that not work?
that's not actually the line.
I'm sorry.
Another professional voice actor, Sarah Williams, voices Chica, and she also does a good job. She does a lot of voices in English dubs of anime, and the voice of Hello Kitty, what the fuck? AJ Pinkerton plays Bonnie. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was a typo. Bonnie's played by America's sweetheart, Weird Al Yankovic. What the fuck? Most of the animatronics are portrayed by puppets, which were made by a guy named Michael Ledoux. So shout out to him. He also played Santa Claus in Up on My Housetop at Hello Neighbor Christmas song, so this is the only shout out he's getting.
Down in the basement, could there be milk and cookies and a tree?
As if the suffering wasn't enough.
I really like the puppets, except when they're weirdly long. That scares me. But it brings up the question of, are these just what the animatronics look like? Because there's the Celebrate posters and some fan art that show more canon interpretations of the main four, even though in this universe, they look nothing like that. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm becoming a real FNAF fan by the second. Let's move on before I bring up illusion discs or whatever the fuck. Afton's gas, what is it called?
You know what the best part about killing somebody is?
Except for the office set and the exterior shots, the pizzeria's rooms are all CGI, and you know, I think they hold up fine. I can tell it's CGI, but also they already had this set taking up their living room for like a year. I'm fine with the rest of the rooms being fake. All of the animatronics are actually nice and protagonists in this one.
We're gonna kill this.
Wow, just like the movie. Or that Hot Diggity Demon animation. Look, I'm always gonna find a way to mention it.
And I will never want you around me. And I will never want you living in my...
Anyway, Foxy breaks in through the vent, but Mark is wearing a mango mask. This scene is obviously inspired by the genius that is Tony Kryptorite. Such creative individual that Tony is.
Springtrap? Your wonder makes me suppose you've already heard this name.
Well, yes. Sometimes.
There's this running gag with a song called Baby I Love You, and I used to think they just sampled some random love song, but no, they made it just for this. The vocals are done by Ray McCrume, hopefully I got that right, who will also do a lot of vocals in the future, and apparently he was part of AJ's church choir, unless I'm misunderstanding that.
What is the song that plays when Foxy sees Mark in the toy Foxy mask? It was sort of written by AJ, and the lyrics, he kind of just sent it to his church like vocal leader and said, say some of these words like, baby, I love you.
I find that kind of funny. This night has everything. We have an appearance from Puppet and a rendition of the Power Outage song, Chef's Kiss. And then Markiplier is like,
Purple guy!
One. That's one version of William Afton in this series. The next night was actually released on Mark's channel since that was just the agreement they had, so it's all about Mark shooting up Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. What else can you say? Maybe if this was the plot to FNAF Plus, the game would release. Okay, Mark decided he's not going to quit. The animatronics are friendly. He should know this. He can understand them later on. But he still goes to Freddy's with like 3 guns and a machete. Okay, man, whatever, Marky Plarky. I love this stupid song so much. Mark is actually a fine singer, and it's just objectively gonna be funny. It's a song where fucking Markiplier's loading guns, about to shoot Chica the chicken point blank in the head.
Just you and me, a gun or 3.
This is amazing.
You bring the fur, I'll bring the fight.
What's with the echo? Why was there an echo?
You're not Foxy.
This is a Sweeping Man cameo, by the way. If you're a real fan, you would have noticed that. I'm guessing that's also the only reason Nate says this later.
Don't make fun of me. I killed the guy. He was just sweeping the floor.
I actually heard that guy's in stable condition.
Really? I put 3 rounds in his chest.
Why does Nate know this? Speaking of Nate, your next buddy.
Saw kids burst in tears, a bear start eating the face.
I've missed this. I really have. Night 3 starts with phone guy calling up Who Else But Nate Wants to Battle, who at the time was making a lot of FNAF songs, and also Random Encounters already worked with him, so, you know, the Street Pass song is actually worth a damn. I really like Nate's inclusion in this. I really enjoy Night 3, and later on, him and Mark work really well off each other. I also like how everything Nate says completely ruins the lore. I don't know if they had this planned at this point, but this entire video takes place in the early 90s.
But YouTube ad rev isn't all that great. So...
YouTube didn't exist back then, Nate. Try again.
No, no, no! Please don't kill me! I haven't even caught up on Steven Universe yet!
Nate, you just ruined the lore for a Steven Universe name drop. Have you no shame?
I always thought I might be bad. Now I'm sure that it's true.
For the 5 people who care, I'm just gonna chalk this up to YouTube and Steven Universe both existing in the early 90s. It's a much more accepting place if Steven Universe was around in the 90s.
Are you with them?
No, I'm the Uber driver for a bunch of puppets.
Nate, there's supposed to be animatronics. You're ruining our whole operation here. I'm afraid we're never gonna get an answer to why Nate saw a bear eating a face in 1984. A box appears and it's a dress from Scott Cawthon. Oh shit, back when people thought he looked like this. Springtrap is finally a thing. Holy shit, too green. I have to change the hue. Springtrap is so green because this was the image sent to the guy that made the puppet. But I like Springtrap here. I like that he's his own character. That's 2 William Aftons so far.
He's too destructive to live!
I love that line because it makes it seem like Springtrap needs to be put down like a dog.
You really can't go one night without popping out something, can you?
He says he hid in there when Springtrap tried to stuff him in a Freddy Fazbear suit.
Oh, that's horrible.
Nate, be for real. You don't care that much. Also, what's Springtrap's goal? To stuff people in a Freddy Fazbear suit? I was gonna say there's only puppets and not suits, but that's technically not true. Markiplier also said this in night 1.
Maybe they'll all stuff me inside a Fazbear suit.
I guess that could technically make sense, but that's weird that it's Springtrap's goal. But whatever, this fucker's too destructive to live.
I forgot to mention, that's Super Freddy. That's a reference to Golden Freddy.
Leading into the next night, Nate drives to go find Markiplier because he can spring the trap, I guess. I don't know, that's the only reason Nate gives.
So, what am I here for?
To spring the trap.
Although I feel like the puppets could have also spring the trap, especially when they get tall and disgusting. But whatever, Nate. Whatever, man. AJ Purpleton is messing around with Springtrap or something while Nate is like,
You should really not touch that.
So he uses Balloon Boy to distract Springtrap while the animatronics go wake up Markiplier because it's like FNAF 4. I really enjoyed this duet between Nate and Mark. A truly beautiful stuff. This was around when Markiplier was very busy, and I believe he also had some personal problems sprout up that delayed the release of Night 4 and Night 5. But luckily last minute he was able to finish it out and some extra stuff for the supercut, which is really cool. I'm glad we got the best version of this video. But because Random Encounters didn't think Mark was going to be able to be in the video for so long, AJ actually wrote a Markless version of Nights 4 and 5. I can tell you right now my biggest missed opportunity was asking about this during our interview, but I wrote the questions like 3 hours before we met up, and I thought asking about the Amiibo song was more important. I was right. I like to imagine it just consisted of Nate giving up after he realizes he doesn't have anyone to spring the trap.
Why's my closet making pirate sound?
Truly sad that Markiplier is 63 and can't hit notes like this anymore. I also love how they showed Mark dyeing his hair because this could not just stay an inconsistency. They had to explain it in the lore. While Nate Sharp is watching Steven Universe Pink Diamond Arc or whatever the fuck in 1991, it all makes perfect sense. This will not be the last time Markiplier's hair will be a problem. So Mark grabs Freddy Fazbear to kill him.
Please don't kill me!
Nate saw you eating a face. You're too destructive to live.
As Freddy Fazbear, he holds a special place in the hearts of children, so you should show him a little respect.
Oh my god, Nate, shut the hell up.
25 years to life with a cellmate named Buffalo Frickin' Bill.
I really like that line. I don't even know what I like about it. It's just funny. Actually, the next few lines in the scene where Nate and Mark talk to each other is also really funny.
They are nocturnal.
Freaking creepy.
Mark is just overreacting and Nate just doesn't give a shit at all. The only time when Nate actually seems to like care about something is when Springtrap destroys Balloon Boy. Look at how upset he is. The Balloon Boy prop is apparently a customized tipster robot. I don't know what the fuck a tipster robot is, but it was really shitty because it just went forward or turned in one direction. So there's a lot of behind the scenes footage of Balloon Boy just not working very well.
This thing sucks.
And then AJ took him out back and smashed his head into the cement. Can't say my experience filming with him was any different.
You got a plan?
Survive till 6 a.m.
I'm pretty good at that.
You survived one night when there wasn't even a hostile animatronic. And you started another night, but shot a guy before you could get to 6 a.m.
I'll forgive him.
I'm a Nate fan for life now. All you Markiplier fanboys can go away now.
Where does he live?
Oh shit, I'm in trouble. The gang arrives to Freddy to finally destroy the green thing walking around because it's too destructive to live or something. All I'm saying is that Markiplier has technically injured more people. There's this weird moment where Mark says this.
Spring locks?
Yeah.
Spring locks tend to fail when they get wet.
It's weird that Mark knew this and Nate didn't, even though Mark is usually the one that doesn't know anything. Don't worry, I'll explain my Marcus glitch trap theory later. Anyway, their plan is to
hit him with everything we got.
The only thing they got is a fire extinguisher that doesn't work and Markiplier with a rope. This song is fine. I like how every character gets a verse, but it's just not really my favorite. For a finale, it's fine though. But the best songs are probably Night 2 and Night 3. I kind of wish Nate got his own song because Night 3 is mostly shared with the animatronics. Although I don't think Nate is complaining that he didn't get to sing another FNAF song. I'm pretty sure he's done with it.
He can say that again.
Yep, the real bad guy was... AJ really wanted more hours at Freddy's, so he somehow tamed Springtrap. I don't know how he did that. And he tried to use them to scare everyone away from Freddy's. Yeah, dude, you're definitely gonna get more hours when the entire animatronic band is gone. I'm sure every kid is gonna show up to that if they're not too busy watching Steven Universe in 1999. Everything turns out for the best because Mark and Nate don't want to take his hours, and with AJ there, the animatronics will have a new night guard friend, so everything worked out at the end. Suddenly, it's revealed David King's phone guy is actually Matthew Patthew under his suit, his weird Freddy suit you can buy off Amazon. It's obvious this wasn't really completely planned or they would have gotten Matt to do the voice at the beginning, but I think they get around it well by having David still do the phone guy voice when he has the bear mask. But without the mask, he's just completely Matt Pat.
I go by many names. Phone guy, Matt Pat, Scott Cawthon.
Is one of them evil dirtbag with a chainsaw?
I need immediate assistance with this bombshell. What is his name? Is it William Afton, phone guy, Matt Pat, Scott Cawthon, or evil dirtbag with a chainsaw?
It's definitely evil dirtbag with a chainsaw.
I just love Matt Pat hamming it up as Afton, and yes, this is supposed to be Afton. 3.
Why, this is a crime scene, and you're the victims.
Why does he look so baked in this shot? I still can't wrap my head around Afton's choice of weapon being a chainsaw and flamethrower. Why? Like, no doubt it's really cool, but why? I really like when these videos are able to break out of the confines of a game and create its own elements that are unique to the musical. I think I honestly like it way more whenever they do this because they basically created their own lore and it's amazing. Also, shout out to Peter who had to render all this fire for a musical about a game series he didn't even like. That's a real trooper. Oh shit, I guess Nate didn't need him more than just to spring the trap. Speaking of spring trap, he's rearranging Matt Pat's face right now. Where was this energy with Nate? Why did you do this to Nate's face? This scene is truly magical. Matt Pat, currently played by a different guy right now, is screaming while burning alive while a fucking sad piano cover of Body Freddy Time to Get Ready is playing. Beautiful.
Action!
I really like this ending, not even for Matt Pat, although he is a nice cherry on top, but it's just so abrupt and chaotic. Luckily, we will see more of David King and Matt Pat in this role in the future, or past, or whatever, man, it doesn't matter. I haven't even caught up on Steven Universe yet! Yeah, what he said. There's a small ending bit, which is mostly fine, but I feel like if they had the chance to go back and make this more conclusive, they would. It showed Nate and Mark are in contact, which I like. I'm all for the Nate and Mark pen pal arc. But Nate also gets a call from phone guy / Matt Pat / Scott Cawthon.
Until I get out of here, and when I do...
Sorry, can I put you on hold for a minute?
What? I'll get you all!
I don't know if I really like this, especially because it will probably not be elaborated on in the future. But I don't really blame them. I just think they knew they wanted to do more of this, but didn't really know which direction they should go in, which ended up being a prequel instead of a sequel. Either way, each side leads to more Matt Pat. I rigged it. Will the cliffhanger at the end of FNAF the Musical ever be explored or explained?
Ah, you mean is Phone Guy still alive and out for revenge?
Yeah, or what are his other names?
I wanted as a continuation where he's breaking out of prison. And I don't think we're ever going to do it. But maybe, I thought the other day, maybe we write it as like a concept album song or something and actually just see if he wants to record it someday so that fans get like a follow-up of like where this could have gone. I don't know. We'll see. I think I told him we'd never do this again.
Mark also tells Nate about his sister location, even though Nate said he didn't want the job. Whatever. This is definitely not alluding to sister location. Well, it probably was, but it isn't anymore. I don't know. disregard this cliffhanger. Nothing will probably come of it.
Unless we get scooped CG5.
The musical ends with the animatronics running a video game studio, and Mark now owns the chainsaw flamethrower. I guess he went back to steal it off of Matt Pat's corpse. I don't know.
You're gonna burn for this.
Why did he say that?
Cool.
And that's Five Nights at Freddy's, the musical. I genuinely think this is one of my favorite things ever uploaded to the internet. Again, the stars really had to align for this thing to be made, and with the people who made it. So much talent and effort went into this thing. The two leads, Mark and Nate, who had to fit this into their busy schedules, everyone at Random Encounters, who I know definitely had a rough time getting this thing done. They had this set in their living room for like a whole year. Specifically AJ, who wrote the entire thing, including the songs and a version of the script without the lead actor in it. Peter, who had to do all the special effects and audio engineering. Michael Ledoux, who created all the puppets. Then all the voice actors, Xanda, Sarah, and David. A lot of passion went into this, despite most of these people being bigger into more classic games instead of indie games like FNAF. It's basically a FNAF fan film starring Markiplier and Nate Wants to Battle. How is this not gonna be fucking amazing? But let's move on before this becomes way too long. We're already past that, aren't we? At this point, Random Encounters didn't really know if they should continue the series or not. But then Sister Location got revealed and it's like, whatever, screw it. Scott, whatever happens, it's your fault. So they made Blood and Tears, which doesn't really feel that connected. I mean, it's a prequel and there's an appearance from Purple Guy and Phone Guy before the relationship got complicated. But other than that, it has a completely different tone. There's no puppets, and the song is just a somber, sad tune about Baby being trapped in this facility. Fun fact, this location is like a church banquet hall, and again, that's very funny. Baby is played by a Random Encounters member at the time, Miss Bird. She did a lot of random roles on the channel, but Baby was originally supposed to be played by Gwen, but couldn't because of scheduling, which is why they would do a remix of this song years later that isn't really canon or anything, but honestly, I like it way more. The original was fine. Miss Bird does so good with the high notes, but the remix is like badass and has a guitar. I don't care, it's winning. And that's basically Blood and Tears. Wait, I forgot when AJ screams. The next video coincides with FNAF Pizzeria Simulator because it's a damn pizzeria simulator.
Where'd you get that pizza?
But this time, it's starring my second favorite human ever made, CG5. For all of the people who didn't get the talk, CG5 is a younger nerdcore musician who has made some amazing things, like Only in Ohio and the Grimace Shake song. Okay, truth is, CG5 gets a lot of hate for making meme songs that immediately become outdated, but I kind of love him. I can't hate this man. Some of his songs are genuinely good, and he clearly actually cares about this. Even his meme songs, I think they're a fun time, okay? They're like time capsules. I like CG5 and I'm proud!
Is that what he calls it?
In this, he plays Michael Afton, which is pretty funny. This is my favorite Michael Afton design right here.
Father. It's me, Michael.
This is another video where the lore is in question. Michael has like a My Little Pony thing on his wall and a bendy keychain, but then it immediately smash cuts to text saying it's 1987. I know it doesn't matter, but it's kind of funny. Mike gets called by Phone Guy / MattPat / Scott Cawthon to work at a new Freddy's location.
Fredbear's Family Diner? Well, we've actually changed the name.
Oh, that's an epic lore drop right there. So I guess Mike got tasked with setting up the new restaurant because, I don't know, we're family here at Fazbear's. It's not really explained why CG5 is finding most of the animatronics in the garbage, but again, does it matter? No, probably not. I really like how the salvage scenes from Pizzeria Simulator are interpreted as interviews. Like CG5 is trying to find a new mascot, even though it already says Freddy Fazbear's outside. Oh, let's blame Nate for all of this. And look, there's some new puppets, like Pig Bitch and Orville the Elephant.
I will hold you here. I will keep you here.
I really like this scene.
Oh, it's all a work in progress, but I'm here.
Why did he do that? There's these little CGI parts that I don't really have anything to say, but like I feel like I should mention them. Did you know CG5 is actually CGI in this video? That's why his name is like that. I really like this song. It's not the best, but it's all like, who's that? Who's there? Am I? CG5's voice in this one is just really calm and and smoothing.
I will keep you here.
This is the musical that's really the closest to the source material. Like, every stage of the game is here. You have an appearance from Trash and the Gang that will become weirdly important later on. Ads show up on CG5's monitor, and then you got Stained, Bib, P. Yeah. Sadly, this video ends with the dreaded bite of 87, and CG5 is dead. I'm kind of sad Pop Icon CG5 is already dead. I really wanted Scoop CG5, but then who did the bite? Who killed CG5? Pan Stan.
I will be voting.
Pan Stan. This video ends with an appearance from Phone Guy, played by David King. Holy shit, he's real.
Hello? Is this Mr. Wants to Battle?
Oh my god, we might finally see that face get eaten. The next video to release is Web of Lies, and this is the first real attempt at a storyline for the prequels. It's a direct continuation of the last video. We're now following
Elizabeth Afton, daughter of William Afton.
I'm so happy they're doing their own lore and just confusing people. It's amazing. At what point did you realize you had to make your own very expansive FNAF lore that's completely separate from the games?
I think after we messed it up enough, it became lore now.
When the comments yelled at us enough.
I think you know, there's the natural, like, you want to tie them all together. You want them to have like a continuous story you could sort of follow. Because if you don't do it, FNAF fans are going to. Like, they're unstoppable. They will dig the lore out of anything. So you might as well give them something.
Elizabeth got a job at Freddy's to investigate the death of her brother Michael, while Afton has a mental breakdown in the other room.
Foxy the Ferocious.
They got Bat for like an hour to do a scene for his acting reel, and it's amazing.
Every inch of this place is incriminating!
It's just really funny to see MatPat in a bear suit losing his mind. You see, the FNAF movie had MatPat, but he wasn't in a bear suit. That's why nobody liked it. Basically, Matt is about to be closed down by this health inspector played by the greatest actor of this generation, so Scott Cawthon decides to blame Foxy with a hoax called the 87 Bite. It's kind of weird because he's still blaming one of his animatronics, but whatever, Afton, whatever, man.
I don't want them copied over! I want it all wiped clean. Cool.
Elizabeth is tasked with deleting all of his incriminating files and starts a song that MatPat isn't even a part of. He's sung before on this channel, but at this point he just never got to sing his classic character Mr. Afton. I really like this song, and when the animatronics join in because they're trying to free Foxy, then the greatest character ever made is revealed.
What are you?
I'm a hidden file. Or am I?
4. Elizabeth is just messing around with the computer, and then it just spawns Glitchtrap. Like, he's already in the room for some reason. Later on, it's explained he's an old costume, but it's so funny without context. He just shows up. I love this costume too. I like how Glitchtrap moves his neck like it's broken. In newer videos, he looks way better. Maybe it's just because I got used to him, but I love Glitchtrap in these videos. He might be my favorite character ever made in anything. He's voiced by this guy named Casey Dwyer, who also plays Knuckles in their Sonic videos, and I love the voice he does. It matches so well. I mean, some takes do sound a little weird.
Hard-working Fazbear employee secretly investigating the death of her brother Michael.
That one is just funny though. I still enjoy it.
Or your uncle, an outstanding business manager.
Okay, so MatPat is actually Michael and Elizabeth's uncle, and not father in this one. I need assistance again. Why is Phone Guy / MatPat / Scott Cawthon / Evil Dirtbag with a Chainsaw an uncle to Michael and Elizabeth instead of their father?
Matt doesn't look old enough to be their dad.
Yeah, that's true.
He really does.
That's true. Okay.
Maybe an uncle.
Glitchtrap takes over the restaurant with the help of Trash and the gang. I don't really know how he has control over them, but it's whatever. It's fucking, the crate has a fucking knife and kills Pig Patch. I don't even know what the hell is happening.
You some shout. Those stains will never, ever come out.
It ends with Elizabeth escaping and Glitchtrap putting the Freddy Fazbear gang inside a box, because why not? The next FNAF musical planned was going to be a direct sequel to this one called Dark Remains, but it took a little longer to make, so in the meantime, they made the final musical we're looking at today, The Monster in Your Head. This one takes place the earliest in the timeline in Fredbear's family diner and just explains where Trash and the gang came from and introduces Vanny and Vanessa. What kind of Vanessa?
Sometimes.
Her full name is Alexandra Vanessa Benedict. This is the greatest thing ever. Okay, so there was this running joke in the last two videos where Phone Guy is referring to an employee named Eggs Benedict who got bitten in the neck. So they wanted to actually show that character, so they kind of just renamed Vanessa.
Benedict?
Oh, eggs.
Yeah, hi.
The song in this one is fine, but it's probably the weakest if you don't count April Fool's songs or something. But I do like when it's like, put all your plans in my velvety hands. Apparently Random Couches just met this person with a perfect fanny costume and said, okay, let's make peace. So Phone Guy, played by David King, not Matt Pat this time, like trips over trash in the gang and starts freaking out.
I warned you not to waste my time, and this is what you do?
I really like how David just kind of stops sounding like Matt Pat and starts doing this cartoon character voice. I love it.
We were supposed to be cute.
Are you screwing with me?
It has like a Bugs Bunny inflection. This would probably be so confusing to people thinking this is just a security breach song without knowing about the other videos. I would not have it any other way.
I have enough trash around here without you and your only misfit.
Phone Guy in these videos is my Joker. It's never really said, but I'm pretty sure this bear costume is supposed to be Fredbear. The suit is in the logo seen on this cup, and Phone Guy in the suit is advertising Fredbears in this teaser for the musical. I'm so glad this is what Fredbear looks like in this universe. Well, why is everyone coming here? It's a guy in an Amazon bear costume. The video ends with Eggs being bitten in the neck by Vanny, even though Phone Guy is the one who did all this, but whatever, man. Good video. I like when he fell. That's where I should end it, but I want to mention a couple other things, like this remake of the FNAF movie trailer, but Random Encounters just green screened in the puppet versions of the characters. But there's this really funny shot where they put AJ over Matthew Lillard, but it's still his voice, so it's just kind of uncanny and really funny.
Security gig.
Recently, they just released Dark Remains, which is the first part in a 4-part finale. Now, you're probably saying I should have waited a couple months for all of the episodes to be out before I made this video. And to that, I have to say, cool. Don't worry, I will come back to these and Random Encounters when I talk about them in the 3rd fan songs video, which will be way too long. Originally, this was all going to be in that one video, but it's already going to be really long, and it's the anniversary, whatever. I want people to easily access my thoughts on Random Encounters Glitch Trap without searching through a Quentin Reviews long-ass video. As of recording, only Dark Remains is out, with the 2nd episode, Shadows of Agony, very close to release, so please go check those out when they release. Dark Remains was already so good. It's 25 minutes long, and it's basically just its own short film. Glitch Trap fucking kills Bucket Bob. Baby returns and has a duet with Matt Pat, who finally sings, and he's like,
No one knows the monster I've become.
don't worry, he also has another mental breakdown in it. I want everyone on Earth to watch this video right now. I'm genuinely hyped for the conclusion to this series. I poke fun a lot, but I really like this series. It's honestly probably one of my favorite things on YouTube. Also, just Random Encounters in general. Please check out their other non-indie stuff too. The Pokemon series they made is really good, and I don't even like Pokemon.
And to teach your kids more Fortnite dances.
There's this funny Mario musical they made, and again, Sonic the Musical movie trailer is amazing. I also want to thank AJ and Gwen for the interview sections of this video. I was able to meet up with them in California, and they are genuinely some of the nicest people, seriously. I got to meet this guy. Things are really looking up around here. But this is a sincere thank you and recommendation. I think they're one of the last remnants of old YouTube. And this type of content they make is so fun and takes so much effort. These are some really hardworking people. These videos hold a special place in my heart, and I think this is kind of a dying breed of YouTuber. I think it's really important for the stuff they make to stay around, and from what I know, the next episodes of FNAF the Musical will be hype as hell. I have some insider scoops that sadly doesn't include CG5 getting inside scooped, but there's gonna be some really cool stuff in these. Like, so far they've already released some cool information about future episodes, and the episodes themselves are releasing pretty fast, so yeah, keep an eye out. I just think it's so funny that probably my favorite thing to come out of this fandom wasn't even made by people that were the biggest fans of it when they first started. Do you prefer making musicals about older franchises you're familiar with, like Mario, Pokemon, and Sonic, or newer indie games like Five Nights at Freddy's, Kindergarten, and Granny? What do you think? Hey, this is the end of the video end card thing. Go check out, again, thank you for Random Counters. Very cool to meet up with them and make this. Like, sincere, thank you. Even though I already said that. Thank you again. I hope this video was good. Go check out my Patreon so you can support me or whatever the heck. Go check out Random Couch's Patreon too, by the way. Go check. You know what? Delete all your pledges from me. Go give it to